I'm Don Phipps, Superintendent of the Caldwell County Schools, and it's my pleasure to be your host for this edition of Caldwell County Schools Profiles. We're taping near the end of March, and we have two events that we are anxiously awaiting, and we're going to be talking about both of those today. The first is the production that we have each year for Kaleidoscope, which is an art showcase that we'll get into a little bit, and then we'll be talking about the all-county musical of Wizard of Oz. But as you can see, I have two students with me, and not just two students, but two students that are going to be involved in Kaleidoscope. We'll talk a little bit about what that is, but introduce yourself to the folks on camera and let them know what you're going to be doing.
I'm Morgan Hensley, and I'll be singing If I Was a Cowboy by Miranda Lambert.
I'm Braden Frazier, and I'll be singing A Christmas Hallelujah. And I'm not sure who that's by. It's by many people, but...
So what grade in school are you both from?
I'm in 8th grade, and I'm from Hudson Middle School.
I'm in 7th grade, and I'm from Granite Falls Middle School.
And how many times have you been involved in Kaleidoscope?
I did it last year, so...
I've done it, I think, since I was 7 or 1st grade.
Okay, so we're talking about the event that'll be going on. It's actually a week from tomorrow as we tape. It's going to be on the 25th of March. Starts at 7 p.m. Doors open at 6. Tickets are available for $5. They can be purchased at the Ed Center. You can also purchase those at the door if they're available, but we encourage you to get them early and come and find your seat and be ready for this wonderful entertainment. Tell me why you are interested in being involved in an activity like this.
I love singing, and I like to get to know who does what I enjoy in my community, and I made a lot of good friends last year, and it's a great way to find new people and sing and do what you love.
I love doing this because it's truly my heart. It's my passion. I love singing. I love performing. I love entertaining. I feel like it's God's path for me, and so I'm going to travel on that path like it's the yellow brick road.
And both of you said you're singing, and if I recall correctly, there are 22 acts. They range from 1st grade through the 12th grade, and they involve instrumentals and dance and singing. Have you had a chance to see them as they audition and practice?
Yeah.
So what
year, we got to see a lot last year.
Based on what you've seen this year, what would you say we should expect?
What do you think?
Major talent.
Yeah,
just a lot.
It's going to be good this year.
I think it might be one of our best ones because we've got a bunch of good. I want to call them artists because they're so good. Because they're not just singers; they can create their own music at this point.
And I think artist is the right term. And you mentioned that. And what we also need to let the public know is that there'll be an art display as well. Mm-hmm. We have 19 schools represented in our art display. So as folks come in over to the Civic Center, they'll have a chance to go through that gallery and see the art. So art can be expressed in many ways, and you guys are doing it in one way, and some of our artists who are drawing and painting are doing it in others. I want to say thank you for being here with me today, and I'm so excited to see what you guys do in a week. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
We'll take a short break. We'll be back with 2 more student performers. Please join us. Hello, welcome back. Thank you for joining us for our second segment. Just a reminder that what we're talking about right now is the Kaleidoscope performance. Again, this will be going on March the 25th at 7 p.m. at the Broy Hill Civic Center. We have 2 more students here as our guests. Thank you for joining me. I'd like to ask you both to introduce yourselves to the folks on camera and tell us what you'll be doing.
I'm Angela Ho. I'm a 5th year at the early college, and I'll be singing A Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke.
I'm Carson Webb. I go to South Caldwell High School, and I'll be singing River Lee by Adele.
Now, both of you have been in Kaleidoscope before.
Mm-hmm.
What made you decide to do it? Not just the first time, but to continue to come back and do it over and over.
For me personally, it just kind of feels like a tradition. Like right after I walk off of that stage, I'm like, oh, it's time to do it again next year. Like I can't wait to audition and go to dress rehearsal and blah blah blah. And you know, like the most fun part for me was the curtain call. Like when you walk past and like everybody's like, woo, you know. It was like super fun to see that people enjoyed your performance and to see people enjoying other people's performance, especially because a lot of those people are kids. So just to see the smile on their face is probably what makes me the happiest.
Great. How about you?
I feel like that I kind of tie into what she said. Like, it's more of like a tradition. Like, it's like every year you don't you don't just go on stage and like, oh well, that's it for this year. Like no, you like your automatic thought is, oh my gosh, I get to do it next year, and I feel like that's just an amazing feeling that you get, and I feel like singing on stage and performing on stage has always been like a part of my life. Like I've been singing since I was like 3 years old, so I feel like this is also a way for me to like express how like music affects me and what it's done in my life.
How do you select the song that you sing?
I feel like it goes based off of like how well you perform it. I mean, every year, I mean, like once you get older, your voice is gonna change, so you have to kind of like direct your voice and kind of like navigate through it. And I feel like when you like are looking for different songs, you have to try at least everything or like every genre. So when like I'm trying to pick my song, I don't just go based off of the artist that I did the year before. I practice a song by the same artist, and if I can't hit that range anymore, then I'll try and find a new song from a different artist.
How about you, Nash?
Honestly, it's whatever song I'm feeling in that moment, because I always have like my go-to song that I sing, and that changes every now and then. So if I feel really confident in a song and I know that I can jazz it up and add my own little style to it, then I'm probably going to want to audition with that song and perform that song and go through with that. Just because I know it's going to make me feel good, and I know I can put like my all into that and give people what they want.
And you talk about the feeling from the artist's perspective. What feeling do you want the audience to have? What experience do you want me to have as I'm sitting in the audience listening to the variety and watching the variety of acts?
Really, I want people to sit there and go, wow, like this girl's got some pipes. That's what I would like. If there's kids or even like people who are just like passionate about, you know, music in their life, I want them to feel like they can do something like that. Because even though this is like a county-wide talent show and like it's like for kids to go on, I want them to feel like they still have a chance to go out there and do what they want to do, and that like it's not too late, or like I don't know, it's kind of like their way of saying like, okay, I kind of have some faith in myself, like these kids can do it, so I can do it too, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. How important is it for us to have opportunities for students to be able to showcase artistic talent in the school setting?
I feel like it shows that our county, it has a lot of talent than what's shown on the outside, and I feel like this is like a performance that everybody can just show how they sing or like what they do, and I think it's just all to show like what our county is capable of without people thinking, oh, that's just Caldwell County. Like this is to show we've got talent. We're amazing. You know, I feel like this can go to show like other people, like just because we're one of the smaller counties, we're still as powerful.
And we do have a great deal of talent. Folks will see that. I'm going to wrap up with one last question for you. You're a graduating fifth-year senior,
Yes.
correct? When you look back, how old are you right now, 18?
I'm 18, yes.
When you're 28, 38, 48, when you get as old as I am, and you're thinking back to high school years, what role will the performance part of what you've done in your high school career play when you think about your educational experiences that you've had?
I think the biggest thing, especially being in Kaleidoscope, because that was like the one thing I always look forward to, is the younger kids that were also in the show. I really wanted to be like a role model for them and really be like, oh my gosh, like I want to keep doing this instead of like, this is a one-time thing, kind of like what he said earlier. Because I want kids to feel like they are confident enough and that they're good enough to keep going and keep coming back and be like, I want to show people what I can do, you know? Because that's what I did. I knew what it was like to be scared on that stage. I mean, I freaking hit myself in the face with the microphone the first year that I was in it. And then now I walk on that stage like it's nothing. I want kids to do the same thing. I think that's the biggest takeaway.
That's awesome. We're proud of all of you all and look forward to this. Again, a reminder, the 25th of March, 7 p.m. at the Civic Center. We hope you'll get your tickets and join us. Thank you so much. We'll be taking another break, and I'll come back and be talking about the Wizard of Oz production. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. We've switched now with our focus and topic now is going to be the Wizard of Oz production that we have. And I want to make sure that you have these dates as well. April the 27th and 28th will be at 7 p.m. at the Civic Center. April the 29th and 30th, which is a Saturday and Sunday, will be at 2 p.m. at the Civic Center. And I'm excited to have 3 of our students who are also in the production with me today. And I'd like to ask you to introduce yourself to the folks on the camera and let them know what school and grade you're in, and then we can have a little bit of a conversation.
Hello, my name is Maisie Wakefield. I go to High Brighton High School and I'm a senior.
I'm August Thilman, and I also go to High Brighton High School. I'm a junior.
I'm Brayden Frazier. I go to Granite Falls Middle School, and I'm in 7th grade.
So which roles are you playing?
I play the Wicked Witch of the West and Miss Gulch.
Okay.
Play Scarecrow and Hunk.
And I play Tin Man and Hickory.
So are these roles that you tried out for specifically, or did you do a general tryout audition and then they decided which roles you all would have?
I pretty much went in knowing exactly what I wanted, and I don't think I even put down that I wanted anything else.
Why did you want that particular role?
I don't sing, and we're in a musical, and this is the role that doesn't sing, so.
That makes sense.
I had a list of characters that I would like to play. Scarecrow was definitely first on the list. But I'd be cool with any role. You know?
And what is it about the Scarecrow role that you like?
I think it's just a fun role to kind of explore movement-wise, because, you know, he's very clumsy. So I think it's just kind of fun to explore that kind of area.
So I went in not knowing what I was wanting to do because I'm very indecisive, but I just picked the Tin Man, and I really like my character because I like how he finds who he is and how he is loved and who he loves, and I think love is the strongest force on earth. So
How important is it for the 3 of you to be able to be engaged in artistic activities like this that are associated with the school system?
It's really important, I know for me especially. I would say that's how I found my place whenever I got into high school, was doing theater and other forms of the arts. It's how I found most of my friends. I mean, like these guys, they're my friends, and I met them doing theater. So it's important for us to do it here, and also we can make the community around us happy by giving them these presentations. And just, you know, we're trying to make our community proud.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. No doubt about that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what Maisie said. Also, it's just fun, you know, to do it with your friends. Like throughout the school day, you know, it's kind of boring, but you know, you have rehearsal at the end of the day, and that's always a fun activity.
I think it provides students with a out of classroom, out of book experience. Like, you get to have fun and do it your way, and I feel like it just provides them with an experience that they won't forget, and it can lead to future careers.
Speaking of future careers, you led me right into my next question. We'll start this way and kind of work down. You're not quite as old as our other 2 here, but have you thought about life after high school for you?
Yes, I'm very optimistic towards my future. After high school, I think, and during high school, I think I want to be an actor and a music artist, and to have a plan B. If that doesn't work out, then I think I want to go into the medical field.
Okay.
Definitely acting. Acting is where I'm happiest, you know. So if I can make a career out of that, that would definitely be awesome, wherever that may take me.
I will be going to college in the fall, and my intention is to get certified to teach theater because I love going to school and I love doing theater, so put them together.
Now, how many other productions have you all been in? Lots?
Yeah, I think this is number 8. I think I said that once before, but we'll go with that.
Okay.
I've been doing it since I was 5, so yeah, quite a few.
I first got into theater when I was, I want to say 7 or 8, and I think this is my 3rd play, because I was in the Beauty and the Beast, Elf, and now I'm in Oz.
Well, you may be students in our school system, but you're certainly veterans, and you represent us well. So I look forward. I get to be with you all. I'm going to be one of the guards on the Friday night production with Dr. Griffin. So I may need some pointers on what to do when I get up to make sure I know my lines and deliver them well. But I'm so excited to see you guys in action, and we're so proud of what you do. So thank you for being with us. We're going to take a short break. We hope you'll join us as we wrap up. Thank you for joining us. We're on our final segment now, and as you can see, I have another guest, Beth Woodard, who is the director of The Wizard of Oz and also the theater teacher at South Caldwell. Beth, thank you for being with me.
Thank you.
Tell me about your experience in this particular production.
Well, we decided after doing our last all-county musical, Beauty and the Beast, we were discussing, okay, what are we going to do next? And I have loved this play, this story actually, since I was a kid, and particularly the movie, just is my favorite movie of all time. And I did direct this as an interim position when I was first starting teaching at South Caldwell, but always wanted to do it on the big stage with all the special effects and all the just magic, as it were. So when I pitched that to my fellow theater teachers, they said, oh yes, that will be amazing to do The Wizard of Oz. So
And I love the way you unveiled what the play was going to be.
Yes, that was so fun.
A lot of excitement that built up to that point. This is a little bit different than a school production because it's a county-wide production. How does that make it different?
Well, it is challenging in that for students, we really try to divide the time as far as rehearsal and work calls and things like that amongst the different schools. So that's a transportation thing where parents, we rely on them to bring the students, but also just the collaboration of pulling all of the different ages of students together, because we've got them all the way from pre-K up through 12th grade. So that I think is the biggest, it's the funnest part, but it's also the most challenging part. But it just takes a village, like they say, for all of us, all the individual adults doing their part, and we just come together.
And it sparks an interest county-wide because you have parents and guardians and friends and folks who've got an interest for particular schools that get to come in and see students from other schools engaged and involved.
Absolutely. And I love sports. I love that competition, competitiveness, and we have a place for that. But this is an opportunity for us to put all of that aside and come together as a community, because theater is a collaborative art. And so it takes all of us working together for this common goal. And you meet people that you never would otherwise. I meet parents and students and community members, and people come up to you that you never knew to say, hey, break a leg on your show. So I love the collaborativeness of it.
In our previous segment, we have 3 of our actors that are going to be on stage in costume. Mm-hmm. But there's so much more that goes into a production other than just what we see on stage. Let our viewers know a little bit about what some other roles students or staff members may have that make this possible.
Absolutely. We have students who will be our technicians working backstage, making the magic happen. And we call them ninjas. They're backstage ninjas because you don't want to see them. They're just going to make things happen and magically set pieces appear and disappear, We also have students that will be playing in the pit, in the orchestra. So we have, all ages again, helping with that. I think our youngest technician is in the 4th grade, so that's really neat. And then, of course, front of house. As people come into the theater, they're going to see some of our students welcoming them as well. So we've got students engaged in all aspects of the production.
And you touched on this briefly, but why and how do we make arts very important in the lives of our students? And anytime I'm in a room with more than one person, I'm the least talented in any artistic area. There's no question. But I appreciate it, and I really value it, and I enjoy consuming it. I just can't produce any of it on my own. Why is that so important in the lives of our students and in delivering what we do as a school system, that we have a focus on arts?
Well, I think that particularly theater arts is collaboration, first and foremost, but also it is beauty. Theater is all of the subjects combined, because we've got students that are learning how to build things. That's important, We've got the poetic side as far as and the music side, and then just the creativity. But I think that it's important for students to experience just that joy, and it's what we live for. I mean, the arts are nothing against other disciplines and things like that, but the arts that's where the heart is, I think, and it can be impactful. And it's, as far as the theater classes and the plays that we do collaboratively or individual school-wise, it's a safe place for students. It's a place where they feel family, connection, you know, commitment, discipline, all of those skills, those 21st century skills that we are really trying to instill in our students. They're getting all of that and while having an amazing time.
Well, I'm thrilled to be a part of a school system that has that commitment to the arts. What would you want an audience member to experience as a result of spending the amount of time that we're going to spend sitting in the seats watching the performance? What do you want us to walk away with?
I want audience members to be transfixed. I want you to travel with us over that rainbow, not to be cliche, but yeah, just totally immerse themselves into this world that we're going to create and just experience it as if they were a child for the first time, coming across this story, this movie, this magical place. That's what I hope.
Now, for those that want tickets, they go on sale on the 3rd of April.
That is correct.
Is that, where can they get tickets?
At the J.E. Broyhill Civic Center box office.
Okay. And again, I want to remind everyone of the dates, April the 27th and 28th, 7 p.m., Thursday and a Friday. And then April the 29th and 30th, Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m.
That's correct.
Well, thank you for taking the lead. We know there are a lot of hands that are involved in pulling something like this off, but we're so grateful for the work that you're doing.
Thank you.
And thank you all for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next month. Have a wonderful rest of your week.